Black History Month is celebrated in the month of February, and it brings our attention to the unique struggles and triumphs of the Black community. Here at NYSOA, we're focused on being an inclusive organization and using our platform for good. With that, we're super excited to spotlight our successful members and use our platform to share their stories to bring us closer together in understanding and supporting one another. So with me today is Deshawn Beard. Hey, Deshawn.
Hello.
Deshawn is from Little Rock, Arkansas, and he started with NYSOA with the Southern Kentucky chapter in 2004, and he's now with the Arkansas ISOA chapter, and he's been there since 2012. A couple career highlights. One of those is working a game with his dad and brother, who are also NYSOA members. That's super cool.
Yes.
And then his other career highlight would be officiating a game with two top 10 teams with a North Carolina versus Arkansas matchup. And the center referee on that match was new Senior Director of Education, Corey Rockwell. That must have been quite the experience.
Yes, it was.
All right. Well, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to the NYSOA family?
Hello, everyone. My name is Deshawn Beard. I've been refereeing soccer since 1998. Like Adrian mentioned earlier, started into the Untitled Chapter with Southern Kentucky back in 2004. So my freshman year in college, attending as a student, I was refereeing soccer games. Those guys out there really kind of my graduate into refereeing college. And when I got a job in Arkansas, I was able to transfer at that time to Arkansas as a national NYSOA referee. And I've been with the Arkansas chapter since 2011.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of dive right in. Can you tell us a little bit about what Black history means to you?
Well, Black history to me, it's just not a season. It's not just a month for me. It's my reality. I want to be able to not just celebrate Black History Month normally during the month of February, but throughout the whole year. I wake up, I live in my time. Black history is year round. It's just not a month for me.
Yeah. Something you live every day, right?
Yes.
So many people and organizations around the nation generally only celebrate Black history during the month of February, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And they see it as a time to feature prominent Black historical icons and their contributions to the United States. What are your thoughts about this approach, and are there ways the nation could do better in celebrating and honoring Black history?
I think a better way to honor Black history is to include it. I remember going to grade school. I don't remember too much other than, the slave trade, during the Civil War, the president at that time during the Civil War. It wasn't really highlighted at my grade school that these are individuals that kind of paved the way and some of those rights that were fought. And I know it can be challenging because of, you're in grade school or going through those process, but I think most of the Western civilization that we study, it was more about the settlers that came from Europe and when they established the colonies. And I don't want to go into a history lesson or anything, but I think there could be more involvement in our history books at a younger age to outline those Black individuals.
Yeah, definitely. There's that missing portion of history from the education, right? So, kind of switching gears a little bit, can you
Mm-hmm.
tell us about your experience as a Black official? What's it like to be a Black official? What challenges, if any, do you face because you are Black within this space? What positive experiences do you have, if any, because you are Black within the space? And who or what contributed or contributes to those challenges and or positive experiences?
Adrian, that was a loaded question there. Um, it's a little tricky. I just don't want to say I think of myself as a black official. I want to say I am an official. I'm a referee first, and I happen to be black. It's in the back of your head, in your back of your thought. Um, I know from my perspective, and again, I'm going to kind of go back to where it began. Refereeing went in the Minnesota chapter in Southern Kentucky. A lot of those individuals, they didn't look like me. I didn't look like them. I didn't look like their nephew, or maybe I didn't look like their brother. And they kind of welcomed me in as a member, and not just myself, my father as well, Dennis Beard. Um, so for me, maybe I'm naive to it, but it wasn't a hindsight that maybe I felt like I was treated differently, that I was black. I think they respect me more as what I can produce on and off the field as a referee.
Yeah, that's super important, right? That's what anybody wants, is to be valued for their skill set and their potential, and not for the color of their skin or, where they came from. So
Yes, and those are exactly what those individuals did.
that's awesome. That's great to hear. Um, so Black History Month was created the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln
That's
on
right.
February 12th and Frederick Douglass on February 20th. Scholars acknowledge the importance of these two men. Who are some of the icons that inspire you, and who you've looked up to in your journey, and why?
There's so many out there. Here in Arkansas, we're going through a little snowstorm. I think of Matthew Henson. He was one of the first individuals that was black to reach the North Pole. He did something that routinely, maybe as a black explorer, didn't do by traveling to the North Pole. Uh, as a referee, when I started, there wasn't a lot of people who looked like me that referee soccer games. So Matthew Henson is a name that comes up.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Um, so in a similar boat, if you could go to dinner with three Black icons from the past or present, who would you pick and why?
The past and present, and I can go to dinner. We can all be at the dinner table together.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna go start definitely with Martin Luther King, Barack Obama, and for the third one, it's a little bit of a toss up. I think I'll be more of a spectator to listen to their conversations of what has happened from when they came and have passed. And again, my third one will probably be a toss up between Malcolm X and Fred Hammond.
Yeah, to be a fly on that wall, right?
Exactly.
That's all very powerful individuals. Um, in today's complex society, it can be challenging for officials to come together, especially with, the prominence of social media. However, sport is one thing that unites us and brings us closer together.
That's
Do you
true.
have any advice to officials who find themselves in a locker room working with others that don't necessarily look or think like them?
Um, well, one cool thing about soccer, and I think this is that covers a globe. Soccer is the world's game. Maybe it's not the number one sport here in America, but no matter where you go around the world, soccer is number one. And I think soccer is a great tool that bring us together. Where as officials, as we get through those pre games, or while we are driving to the games, we can use that game and talk about it together as officials and refereeing together. Um, any advice from referees? Of course, be respectful. Focus on the game. I don't necessarily want to bring in, as being an Minnesota member, we're professionals at this. Maybe not to bring it so much outside influence into what we need to do for our job, as to be the best officials as we can for that match.
Yeah. Try to leave it at the door almost.
Yes.
I like that. What changes would you suggest making to improve the experiences and outcomes of Black officials?
Uh, the first thing that pops in my head is representation. Again, I started, there wasn't many other Black officials refereeing soccer games. Uh, on the bright side, my family were the first ones, and I'm gonna give some credit to my sister Denise. She was actually the first referee in my family. So I had my sister Denise who refereed first, and then my dad signed himself up and his two sons, my brother Demetrius, and we all became referees. So I got to referee with people who looked like me but we all lived in the same household. It's a little different when I started to travel and get away from where I started refereeing at. That I didn't see as many people that looked like me. So being able to maybe identify individuals to help put them in position so they can get out and maybe do more than just their local games. To maybe get more involved with refereeing outside their state and maybe start refereeing the solo games as well.
Yeah, I think you touched on something really powerful in that it's so important to see someone like you doing what you want to be doing, right?
Yes.
We hear if you can see it, you can be it, and I think that's exactly right. You know, we all need role models sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what advice, if any, do you have to give to aspiring Black officials?
One of the advice my dad gave me was try to be twice as good as your colleagues, and that's just not on the field, but off the field as well. If there's a time and place that officials meet to go to a game, making sure you're there 15 minutes before. You don't want to be the last official to meet up for that. The time you guys are going to meet to maybe drive to the field. Your fitness level. I know it's hard, but try to be as twice as fast as your other colleagues. Know the rules twice as better, even if that's even possible. You need to try to achieve to be the best you can be if you want to succeed and you want to be able to establish who you are, that you belong here and you can do this job.
I like it. I like it. When we talk about Black History Month, it's not just about celebrating the progress and the history, but also about looking forward and what's ahead and where we're going. What does the ideal future look like to you?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You know, that's yeah. It's kind of hard because I don't know where we've been or where the past is to kind of lead to the future. Um, but to get more people that look like me, or more minority groups, period, um, to get to more involved with just not just refereeing, assessing, assigners, being more involved with the chapters as well. I'm trying to think of some of the chapters that I belong to and some of the assessors that have been in the sewing realm. I don't see as many that remind me of someone that like my father or someone that looks like me. So I think maybe getting more of that representation in our chapter and even our assigners and assessors, more of the minority group as well.
Yeah, that's super, super important. And, NISOA is committed to being a diverse, inclusive organization. And so I think, as we take steps to ensure that there is more inclusivity and diversity and that we are representative of the players who are playing the game, I think you'll start to hopefully see some of that changing here in the next few years and moving forward.
That would be exciting.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us regarding your take on Black history, your experience as a Black official, or anything we haven't covered?
Um, I it's a little tricky as it's in the back of my head. I know I'm Black. You wanna when you as an official, I feel like I'm a referee. I'm an official first. I just happen to be Black. When I think of some of my past experience as being official, and again, I could be naive. If it's not completely done in front of me, I might not be aware of. But the chapters I've been involved with, not just with the Southern Kentucky chapter, but even here with the Arkansas chapter, and when I transferred to Arkansas, everyone brought me in as a member, as family. And it's been a rewarding experience to be able to consider some of those officials and some of the people, even though I have a reference, some of those officials back in Kentucky area, I can still reach out to them through social media or phone calls or text messages and kind of let them know, hey, I'm looking at the assignments I got, or I'm going to be in the area. Let's catch up for dinner. So from my personal experience, it's been really rewarding. I haven't really noticed somebody treating me differently because I am Black. Again, I am an official first, and it is in the back of my head that I am Black, but I haven't seen that waved in my face, and that I felt like something was done to me just because of the color of my skin.
And that's the goal. I hope
Yes.
I hope you continue to have those positive experiences. I think that's important for any official. You know, that's the goal. So, well, thank you, Deshawn, for taking the time to share your journey. It was encouraging, exciting, and really informative. It was really great to hear about your sister Denise being
Yes.
the first referee of the family, and then
Mhm.
you know, getting to hear that you got to kind of go through some of these experiences with your family. You know, my brothers and sister were also officials, and so it's kind of a unique feeling.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, this is cool.
That's awesome. Did any of your brothers and sisters, they ever referee you while you was playing?
I used to referee my little sister's game,
Okay.
but
Did you ever give her a card?
no,
No.
no.
My first yellow card was given to me by my sister
Oh, that's even better.
because I
That's
was her
even better.
brother.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your stories and advice with us all. You know, it really does help bring us closer together in understanding and appreciating our differences. And I know the NYSOA family is going to appreciate hearing from you as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.